Alrighty, it's Tuesday. We're here. July 14th, 2026. It's nice to be in the K-Bear studio for once. I was going to give props to Victor for drinking healthy. You know, he has his seltzer water in here, his Fresca, that I don't think has any sugar in it. Nope, it doesn't. 0 calories. Yeah, barely anything in here. I was like, good for you, Victor. And then I saw the other can that was in here. The studio's a big-time mess. Victor is a messy guy, huh? The other can that's completely full still in this studio, a dirty Mountain Dew with 88 grams of sugar. I guess he can drink that poison, as people would say online. You know, any single time fast food is mentioned now, or soda in general, keep eating and drinking that poison they're giving us. I have become a hydro homie myself. I've been drinking only water and black tea. Black tea with apple cider vinegar, these Alive mushroom elixir drinks. They're nice. They're nice to kickstart my morning. They got just the right amount of caffeine to the point where it won't hurt me. It'll give me that nice little boost to wake up. Wake up at 7:20, get my morning going, you know. Get here at 8 a.m. Can we stop posting dead cats on Facebook, please? Right as I log into my Facebook here, I see posted in the Life in Idaho Falls Facebook group, found this little dude on the corner of Holmes and Anderson by the Lazy Boy. Dead cat right there on my feed. The first thing I see, dead cat. Why did you post the picture? Just put in the Life in Idaho Falls group, hey, somebody's cat passed away. Was there even a collar on this cat? Did it die in this person's arms? It says he was so stiff, so it must have happened sometime yesterday. This cat got hit by a car. So I think it was barely alive when he carried the cat from the road to the side, and then he watched it pass, and then took a picture of a dead cat and then posted it on Facebook. What kind of thought process is that, dude? Really? Just post a dead cat online. I'm so sorry, your cat got brutally run over. Here's its remains. That's disgusting, man. Really, that's disgusting. If you want to get a hold of me, you can over at 208-535-1015. I almost gave out the Z103 number because I'm so used to saying that over there. I do 2 shows. The Peach's Pit Party, as per usual, here on K-Barrel 101, and also your afternoon with Brendan Peach on Z103. I feel like a syndicated radio show host, just without the pay. Boy, do I hate that song. Peaches from the Presidents of the USA. You know, when I first moved out here, and Victor made that post on the K-Bear socials at K-Bear 101 FM that we're introducing a brand new DJ. His last name is Peach, so he's going by Peaches on the air. So many old people were in the comments going, Peaches come in a can. I'm so funny. I'm so sorry. I'm not meaning to insult people right away. I'm trying not to be so mean to people for no reason. I need to breathe. Peaches Positivity Party. Let's talk about this sad news, this devastating news. In all honesty, it did hurt to see this. I was actually very sad to see a celebrity couple announce their divorce. Tom Segura and Christina Pajitsky, Christina P. They host the Your Mom's House podcast. I wasn't the only one distraught. This got a whole bunch of attention. Now, I thought it was a publicity stunt because they pretended to be stuck in whatever place was about to experience a hurricane or did experience a hurricane, and TMZ wrongfully covered that and said, like, Tom Segura and Christina P. are stuck after hurricane, and Tom and Christina joked about it on their podcast, so I thought maybe this was a joke, but it's been posted everywhere on all media outlets. Doesn't mean it's true, but it seems to be real. It did say that the podcast, Your Mom's House, will still go on, even though they'll no longer be together, which is kind of different. I couldn't imagine doing a podcast or a radio show with your ex-significant other. I you know how there have been those radio shows in the past called like Married with Microphones, and there's been, of course, so many married couples on the air. We have one here in the building, Josh and Chantel on Classy 97. Could you imagine if they got divorced and they just started arguing with each other in between those songs on Classy? You know, it's like Louis Capaldi, Before You Go, and Josh is crying. Chantel's like yelling at him. Why are you tearing up? They're just having a full-on argument. No, please, by all means, I feel so bad for Tom and Christina. I can't even continue with this break. I'm sorry. Here's Shinedown. Yun again on Peach's Pit Party. Peach's Pit Party on K-Bear 101. We were told the announcement was at 10 a.m. this morning. And right as I walked in here at 8 a.m., it was already announced that the Mountain America Center is going to have Yellow Wolf and Highly Suspect with special guest Passengers Unknown. October 11th, which is a Sunday, by the way. October 11th, Mountain America Center, the War Within Tour. If you want to win tickets before, you can even buy them. Just keep listening this entire week. We'll tell you to be a certain caller number. Then be that caller, win a pair of tickets on us. This goes to show how lame Victor is sometimes. He didn't tell me that for the Papa Roach Last Resort giveaway that we're also doing for their show coming up on the 23rd of this month at the Pocatello Portneuf Health Trust Amphitheater. He didn't tell me we're doing back-to-back tracks. I thought it was just be a certain caller number and that's it. So if you hear back-to-back tracks from Papa Roach or Set It Off or Autumn Kings, be caller. Is there a specific caller that you have to be to? Maybe you know more than I do. I'll be caller 20 at 208-535-1015. 2 different concerts, 2 different giveaways, 2 different awesome shows that you can win tickets to, thanks to us here at K-Bear 101. White Zombie on K-Bear 101, it's Peach's Pit Party. For some reason, I came across this question. Woman, what is your ultimate, I am an adult and no one can stop me purchase that you are both incredibly proud of and slightly embarrassed by? Someone said, I paid a contractor an ungodly amount of money to put a giant skylight in my bathroom so I can look at the stars while soaking in the bath. It makes me so giddy to get in the bath with the lights off, a few candles, and a glass of wine to soak and think. What if I asked a contractor, hey, could you put a skylight in my bathroom? I'm on the first floor of an apartment building. That poor guy above me would go into his bathroom and see a giant hole where his bathroom floor used to be. And then there would be like a glass pane, and then you have to look down and see me sitting on the toilet, or maybe even worse, sitting down in that tub in the fetal position, laying down in the tub in the fetal position with a whole bunch of ice cubes around me going, it's too hot. Why doesn't this building have AC? So ESPN is launching a new docuseries focused on 3 WNBA stars. Life in the W follows Aja Wilson of the Las Vegas Aces, Nafisa Collier, I don't know how you say her last name, of the Minnesota Lynx, and Dewana Bonner of the Phoenix Mercury, and on and off the court for the past year. The 6-part docuseries will premiere July 24th on ESPN2 and air 2 episodes each night through July 26th. I guess if you want something to watch, there you go. Back in 2024, Los Angeles Rams defensive tackle Aaron Donald stepped away from football. At the time, he said, I'm complete. I'm full. I think the passion to play the game is no longer there for me. He might be having second thoughts, especially since the Rams added the superstar defensive end Myles Garrett to the roster. Donald was recently spotted at the Rams facility working out, going through drills. He told the team that he wanted to see how he felt after spending time in pads on the football field. The Rams are the betting favorites to win the Super Bowl with odds of about plus 600, and it's possible. Donald wants to get in on a possible Super Bowl run. Could you imagine how awesome that would be? Go Rams. Go Rams. We're entering the final week of the World Cup. Thank God. So here are some interesting tidbits ahead of the matches taking place today and Wednesday before the finals on Sunday. Should we talk about this? I'll go over 1 or 2 and see how I feel. The first semifinal in the World Cup is slated for today in Arlington, Texas, with France taking on Spain. England takes on Argentina Wednesday in Atlanta. It's the first time in World Cup history that the semifinals are chalk. The top 4 ranked teams coming into the tournament are all in the semis. FIFA will leave no stone unturned, or better put, no turf unturned, in its bid to make as much money as it can on the World Cup. Soccer's ruling body is selling small pieces of grass from MetLife Stadium, where the 2026 World Cup final will be played on Sunday. The pieces will be sold in 4 tiers that run from $450 to $3,000. Each of the 4 tiers is limited to 2026 pieces, meaning that if they all sell out, it will add $11.2 million to FIFA's coffers. I guess if you want to pay for a patch of grass There you go. If you want to pay me a patch of grass for that's been outside my apartment building, I mean, go for it. I'll take $10 for mine. That's your Shot Clock Sports Update right here on K-Bear 101. You know what's really sad is that, well, Tom Segura and Christina P., they're getting divorced after being together for 18 years, and a lot of people are very distraught about it, including me. You know, I was very sad to see the news today, which makes me want to listen to the next episode of the Your Mom's House podcast. So I'm hoping when that comes out, they talk about it. Maybe it was a publicity stunt, and they just wanted to do that to boost numbers for their podcast that's already been successful. I mean, they're both making a good amount of money. I wonder how much money they'll have after the divorce between the two of them. But I feel bad because everyone is, not everyone, a lot of people are saying, bring back Fat Tom. And I've seen the same comments made about Caleb Shomo, bring back Fat Caleb. You know how bad I would feel if I lost all this weight that I'm currently trying to lose, doing all this exercise, eating right, you know, avoiding soda, avoiding junk food, haven't had pizza or a burger in quite a long time. I'm doing this whole diet thing. And all of a sudden, like, right as I lose all the weight, there's a hashtag that gets brought up in the K-Bear group. Hashtag, bring back fat peaches. We hate skinny peaches. Apparently, Jelly Roll, he's stress eating after the divorce. That was from a tabloid. I don't know which one, but who knows if that's true. He just lost a bunch of weight, and I'm sure there are people in his comment section going, hashtag, bring back fat Jelly Roll. Bring back the roll in Jelly Roll. No, I'm kidding. Please, if you lose the weight and you want to keep it off, try your best to keep it off. If you want to get fat again, I mean, it's entirely up to you. Your body, your choice. Eva Under Fire, Villainous on K-Bear 101. Idaho's only rock station, K-Bear 101. It's Peach's Pit Party. I saw one of those new Volkswagen buses drive down the street. No, it was making a turn at the intersection that I was at, and I was like, man, I really want to see how I fit in one of those things, because I've always been fascinated by the old Volkswagen buses. They've always been one of my favorite vehicles. I've always had this fascination with these vans. I rented a minivan when I was in California last time, and my friends absolutely loved it. They're like, this is actually quite a lot of fun. I'm like, yeah, dude, minivans are cool. There's no reason to hate a minivan. And there were a few people that I have met that were like, you wouldn't catch me dead in a minivan. Who cares? Who cares at all? Dude, it's a car. It takes you from point A to point B. If it comes with extra horsepower, these minivans. Like, they go fast. Whole lot of cargo space. A whole lot of space for people to actually relax and sit down and enjoy a road trip, unlike those cramped Toyota Corollas or whatever random sedan that people have, you know. They get good gas mileage, too. The new Volkswagen bus, the new Volkswagen buses, I believe they're all electric, aren't they? Which makes sense because they're known as hippie vans, and of course, hippies don't believe in gasoline. But if somebody has a Volkswagen bus, a new one, bring him by the studio. I'd love to sit in the driver's seat and see if I'm able to fit, see if it's tall guy approved. Some good old typo on K-Bear 101, Idaho's only rock station. I don't know when this was said. Maybe on Saturday, one of my friends was like, hey, there's that Norwegian soccer player that looks like he eats steel. And I immediately knew who she was talking about. Erling Haaland. I don't know how you say his name, all right? There's too many A's in that last name. Haaland? Is it just Holland? Erling Haaland? Is that how you're supposed to say it? He's quite a famous soccer player. And I can't believe that she was like, yeah, it looks like he eats steel, and I knew exactly who she was talking about. But where was this article posted? Yeah, over 500 newborn babies in Peru have been named after this soccer player, Erling Haaland, with 91 of those newborn babies given his full name. His name surged in popularity after the World Cup started, as Haaland led Norway to the quarterfinals. Again, he led Norway to the quarterfinals, but somehow in Peru, over 500 babies are now named after the soccer player who supposedly looks like he eats steel. All right, here's Greta Van Fleet as requested by both Corey and Michael. Play your games on K-Bear 101. Okay, why in the world would you do this to yourself? This athlete by the name of Rob Leah has made history by becoming the first person to conquer the Double Seven, an endurance test that combines climbing seven summits, and swimming the ocean's seven. Over the last 17 years, he's scaled the highest mountain peak on all seven continents, completed unassisted solo swims across seven of the world's most dangerous ocean channels. His epic adventure, it says here, was packed with extreme survival stories, including gaining 30 pounds on a diet of pizza and heavy cream to survive freezing waters, getting stung by jellyfish more than 100 times during a single swim, even being hospitalized with fluid-filled lungs after a grueling 27-mile ocean crossing, but yet he was still brave enough to do this whole thing. You've heard me talk about how silly it is to want to climb Mount Everest, let alone try to climb all seven of the highest mountain peaks across the entire world. Do you get some sort of medal for doing this? I know this guy is getting recognition because it made the national radio prep, and I'm sure there are radio shows out there going, hey, would you try this? Could you even try to do the highest hill in your city? The worst hike I've ever been on was Santiago Peak. That was one of the worst hikes. Not the worst hike, I should say. One of the worst hikes. I've talked about that before. My friends Bobby, Carlos, Luis, and I believe there's one other guy. I'm completely forgetting his name. I'm so sorry. We woke up at like 4 a.m. We drove out to the mountain, went up it. Took us 12 hours. We started at 6 a.m., ended at 6 p.m. That was when we all crawled into an In-N-Out burger. And I had like 2 4x4s, and it still wasn't enough calories compared to how many I burnt that day. And I was fat back then, too. Or at least I thought I was fat back then. I saw pictures of myself back then. I'm like, I don't look so bad. And I thought I was like the fattest human being ever. Anyway, I could not imagine being that dumb. That brave to climb all 7 summits, swim all 7 oceans, or swim the ocean 7, I should say. Good for this guy. Peach's Pit Party right here, or should I say Peach's Primus Party, because we just played Winona's Big Brown Beaver. It's K-Bear 101 regardless, and I saw this story pop up, and I was thinking, you know what, if I had my own Airbnb that I rented out to people, I think I would mess with guests this way. This family stayed at a San Diego Airbnb. It took a surreal turn, according to this New York Post article, after they walked inside and discovered a framed photo on the wall showing themselves playing on a beach a decade earlier. See, the prank that I had in mind was I would somehow find their Facebook profile, and then I would go print out the picture like at Walgreens, like their profile photo, and then frame it in the Airbnb and just freak them out. Maybe even go deep into their Facebook profile and find some embarrassing photo from them in like 8th grade, then hang that up on the wall and act like nothing of it, you know? The headline said, family checks into Airbnb for the first time, then finds pictures of themselves on the wall. I thought it meant like the owner did exactly what I thought of, but no, this was just like, oh, they saw a framed photo of the beach, and sure enough, those people are somehow in the picture. How lame, all right? Hopefully some, what I thought of was kind of like what people do already, where they like take a picture of their significant other or whoever, like their friend, and they'll go to Target and put that picture in a frame in the photo aisle at Target, and then take the friend, significant other, whoever it is, to that aisle, and that person freaks out going, oh, how do they have my picture? Well, it's pretty obvious. Don't you see the person recording you with their phone? Even if you try to like discreetly record someone, you can obviously tell they're recording you because they're angling their phone a certain way. Maybe if they're wearing the Meta sunglasses, they could try getting away with it. But still, it's like, why are you wearing your sunglasses inside a Target out of all places? What are you, some kind of a D-bag? Anyway, here's Ghost Lacrima on K-Bear 101. Have you ever noticed it feels like nobody trusts anything anymore? A new poll found that Americans' confidence in many major institutions remains near record lows, whether it's government, the media, big business, or other national institutions. A lot of people say they've become more skeptical over the years. I mean, have you seen Facebook comments? One thing that still seems to earn people's trusts, though, are local businesses, the people you actually know, the companies where your neighbor works, you know, the ones you see around town every day. If you're looking for a meaningful career with a local company, excuse me, check out HireEastIdaho.com. This week's Hire East Idaho job of the week is an inventory management position with Mountain West Farm Equipment in Idaho Falls. They're a family-owned agricultural equipment business serving dairies and feedlots across Idaho and the surrounding states. Full-time employees receive health care, dental, retirement contributions, sick leave, vacation, and holiday pay. Pay starts at $20 an hour, depending on availability and the benefits package. Apply today at HireEastIdaho.com, where you'll also find hundreds of other opportunities from employers across East Idaho. Hire East Idaho, connecting people with opportunity. Peaches Pit Party right here on K-Bear 101. I don't know why I had YouTube open, maybe because I was trying to check out this one song and I got that forced advertisement shoved down my throat before the music video starts. And this ad makes no sense for me because it's for a projector thing that I think clips onto your bed and then it makes your room feel like you're at the bottom of the ocean. Like it projects waves onto your ceiling. It projects fish all on your ceiling. That's the most terrifying thing to me. I would be shaking under the covers. Going, is it over yet? Is it over yet? Turn it off. Turn it off. Because I do not like fish at all. I'm terrified of like ocean sunfish, stingrays, you know. I'm afraid of the open ocean. I see these people, these dummies, I mean these brave people that go into the ocean, similar to that guy Rob Leah that swam across the Ocean 7 whatever, you know. Why would you want to do that? Why would you want to go snorkeling? Why would you want to deep dive into the ocean and go swim with these creatures? You know, the stingrays freak me out, especially the giant ones. You know, the giant like floating rugs. I was at the Long Beach Aquarium the last time I was in California, and they have that specific tank that I've been afraid of for a long time. Those 8 foot wide, 8 foot in circumference manta rays that just float around there. And you're like, dude, get me away from this. Why would I want a stupid projector thing that's going to put the ocean in my bedroom? There's jellyfish floating above me. It's going to make me sleep better at night. Maybe for some people. Not for me. Get this advertisement out of my face. It's still on my screen. It's paused because I wanted to talk about it. Here's President Destroy Me on K-Bear 101. I feel like this is supposed to be a heartfelt story, like you can do anything at any age, but for me, it feels like a ticking time bomb. This 93-year-old man could earn the Guinness World Record for the oldest truck driver. Yeah, there's a video of him right here on, where's this at? Mediapolis. Wait. Is it Mediapolis? Mediapolis, Iowa? His name is Oren Asmus. I love how it says, he's anything but your average 93-year-old. He has been driving semi-trucks for over 70 years. Now his fellow truckers are trying to help him get recognition as the oldest semi-driver in the world. 93 years old. What if he dies while driving? That's why I said the ticking time bomb comment. He dies while driving. Next thing you know, that truck is going crazy out there on the road, runs into someone. I do have something else to talk about in the next break that involves an accident with a semi-truck, and, well, I'll save it for that, all right? Hopefully this guy can not die while operating a semi-truck. Good for him. I guess I'll give him a nice, oh, good for you. Did he just not make enough money that he couldn't just retire? Is he one of those people that's like, I need to work till I die? He's been driving since he was 19, and now he's 93. Well, good for you, buddy. So last night, I was wanting to go for a walk, but I decided not to because I took a look at my ankle. If you didn't hear the story yesterday, I sprained my ankle or twisted my ankle, whichever it is, on my walk around the Greenbelt. I stepped into a little bit of a hole and my foot went sideways, and I just, yelled out an explicit word. Luckily, there was nobody around me to hear that, but yeah, then I had to hobble all the way back to my car. So, I was like, you know what? I'll give my ankle a break. I'll just rest. And I was playing Grounded 2 with my buddy Bryson, and then he got off to go to bed. And I'm like, I'm not even tired yet, and it's 10:30. Why not just lay in bed and watch a movie? Watch an uplifting sports movie. So I decided to turn on the movie Greater. Have you ever heard of this film? It's about this guy by the name of Brandon Burlsworth. A real-life dude. The movie's based off of his actual life. Now, it starts off, you ready for this? The movie starts off with Brandon Burlsworth dead. Yeah, they spoil it for you right there at the beginning part of the movie. In real life, he died at the age of what, 22? Was it 22? Brandon Burlsworth. What a great last name that is. 1976 to 1999. September 20th, 1976 to April 28th, 1999. So yeah, he was only 22 when he died. He was an offensive lineman of the Arkansas Razorbacks. The movie talks about his entire life, how he was made fun of for being the fat kid. All he would eat were chips and cheesecake. He gained all this fat to be able to play, and then he lost the weight, but he was still quite a big dude. Some way, he initially... Oh, so here's the thing. He initially joined the Arkansas Razorbacks as a walk-on, eventually earning a scholarship, would later become an All-American, and he was about to make his way into the NFL when a semi-truck, going back to that previous break when I told you I was going to mention a semi-truck, a severe accident, a semi-truck killed this man. And that's supposed to be an uplifting sports movie. You watch that before bed, you feel horrible afterwards. It's like a 2.5 hour long movie, too. We don't need every detail of this guy's life. I mean, I don't need to relive 22 years of this guy's life. Imagine what would have been, is what kind of the message of the movie is. Like, what would have been if this guy lived, you know? Brandon Burlsworth. I feel bad for the poor guy. That movie is called Greater. Again, if you wanted to watch it, go for it. Here we go with today's What the Headline. Somebody was having a rough first week on the job. A zoo in Fort Wayne, Indiana, had to evacuate visitors after a newly arrived wildebeest escaped its enclosure just 3 days after moving in. The animal wandered into the wrong habitat. Staff quickly cleared the area while keepers calmly guided it back home. Nobody was hurt. Zoo officials say everything went exactly according to their emergency training. 3 days. That wildebeest didn't even finish unpacking and moved in, immediately said, actually, you know what? I'm going to go visit my neighbors. I also love that the official report says it was found in the wrong habitat. You know, they just saw it there and went, wait, that's not right. Move it back. You know, a wildebeest. Yikes. That is today's What the Headline right here on K-Bear 101. You know, every Friday we have Traffic School powered by the Advocates with Lieutenant Marvin Crane of the Idaho State Police. He'll come in, answer any Idaho law-related question that you might have. Earlier today on the noon hour of Madness and Mayhem, we were talking about the hand-gripping workout machine, this little thing that I have right here in my hand. You squeeze it to work out your grip strength and your forearms as well. And, well, is it illegal for me to drive with one arm and be working my other arm out with this hand gripping machine right here? I don't know if you can hear the spring. There it is. Yeah, it's at the max weight. Is it illegal for me to drive while doing that and then switch arms at a stoplight? I'll have to put that on the notes for Traffic School this Friday. Also, has Lieutenant Crane ever encountered somebody bringing a grenade inside the police station? I just was reading this article here that says, do not bring grenades to police stations. OPP advise after residents bring one to Ottawa detachment. The Ontario Provincial Police are reminding residents not to bring weapons and explosives, such as a Second World War grenade. Someone just walked in, hey, you want to take a look at this? Almost gets shot at, you know. Anyway, every Friday, Traffic School powered by the Advocates at 8:45 on the Victor Wilt Show. Obviously, it's been hot here the past couple of days. It's been hot in a number of places. My parents, I was on the phone with my dad, and he was like, well, here in Southern California, it's overcast and rainy. Oh, good for you. We've been dealing with triple digits here in East Idaho, Dad. Thanks. Well, Europe is still in the throes of summer heat, but I guess what are they called? The World Santa Congress? Yeah, the World Santa Congress was bringing Christmas cheer to, is it Copenhagen? I think, somewhere in Denmark. Well, all these dudes in Santa outfits with their massive beards and everything in the middle of summer were walking around Denmark spreading Christmas cheer. Dozens of Santas, even Mrs. Clauses and elves from around the world. Who were the elves? Come on. What does it take to be an elf? Is there a height requirement? Can we send Victor out there to be a part of the World Santa Congress? They descended on Denmark's fourth largest city for the Nordic Nations annual World Santa Claus Congress, a colorful midsummer tradition for decades. Could you imagine the summer heat? You're wearing that suit with the suspenders and all, lawn sleeves and everything. How hot is it in Copenhagen right now? Let's see the weather here. Copenhagen, Denmark weather. Okay, 76 degrees as the high, 60 degrees as the low. Not too bad. You know how they're freaking out over in the UK, saying we're experiencing the worst heat wave and it's like 65 degrees. That's what it feels like for this area too, for these people. But meanwhile, here in Idaho, dealing with triple digits. Yuck. Stay cool out there. Thanks for listening to Peach's Pit Party, the podcast. If you enjoyed the show, please share, subscribe, and rate the podcast. Peach's Pit Party is hosted by me, Peaches, a.k.a. Brendan Peach, and is a production of Riverbend Media Group. For more information or to contact the show, visit riverbendmediagroup.com. Until next time, Peach out.